All right. And we're back. Had a couple of weeks off. Did some repainting, yada, yada. We're
Lost my
shifting.
camera.
Lost your camera. It's a little gritty. It's all good.
I'll find it for next week. You take a little break because baseball season's over and I lose everything.
Oh, well, it was a loser of a season.
Yes, it was.
I'll say that much.
Ah.
Well, we are back with another season of Bull Spit. We are back for some more Chicago Bulls basketball. It's early. I'm excited only because it's early, not because I think the team is going to do anything. But, we're in that mode of, hey, maybe we'll surprise some people.
Right. Yeah. And they, okay, they won't be as awful. Well, okay, maybe. Depending on what they wind up doing with people, they won't be as awful as I thought they were going to be. They'll be they'll be entertaining. Just like yesterday, they were entertaining for 3/4 and then
Yeah.
maybe 2.5. And then
I'm about to say two and a quarter.
Yeah. Yeah. It was then it got like, oof. Okay.
Started to run away with it at the end.
Yeah. But it is exciting in the beginning because you hold out hope. I think the pre and post game folks predicted 33 wins. And what is that? Oh, it's only 6 less than last year, right?
Wow. So yeah. So we're predicting less wins than last year. I'm gonna start drinking now.
But they looked faster. Yeah, that's about it.
Jack had a very nice game.
Yeah, just terrible 7 turnovers. That was his downfall.
Yeah.
And then he fell in love with the 3 because he was hot for a minute and he wasn't hot anymore.
Again, trying to keep up that pace of the NBA and get those 3 balls down, as well as 21 turnovers, I think, for the team.
I think so. And they had a lot of points off those turnovers.
Yeah.
That was the game. And they were silly turnovers. Bad passes, dribbling off of something.
Off of some phantom
right.
pebble on the court or something.
A lot of weak hands going through the hole, like getting the ball stripped. It was it was a lot like last year come the 3rd quarter.
Same old Bulls.
Yeah, it was like, ooh, promising the first 2. Zach was talking trash.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, everybody was feeling good about themselves. And then,
Then the second half came.
Yeah. And, if everyone on the planet had someone who believed in them the way Stacey King believes in Patrick Williams,
good Lord,
this would be a wonderful world.
We'd all be accomplishing more,
right.
doing more with ourselves if we had somebody like Stacey King.
The sky's
in our
the
corner,
limit.
the way he's in Pat Williams' corner.
Man. And I don't dislike Patrick Williams. He seems like a wonderful young man, but he is who he is. Like, just stop it with the star potential.
Yeah, there's no potential.
No, he got a nice payday to be absent.
To be average as hell.
Yes, to not even be in the game to close, or as they're trying to come back, they kept Ayo in the game. Like, that's not good.
So it's a peculiar situation because I see him trying to put people like Julian Phillips in the game. and I see him, inserting Lonzo Ball in the
Mm.
game. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on. What's the end game here, Billy? Are we trying to develop players, young players? Are we trying to win games? It's really hard to do both.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to do both.
Especially when you have below average young players, besides the Kobe and the Io and presumably Patrick Williams, but the rest are just I still feel Dalen Terry's lost most times.
Yeah, and he is.
Yeah,
Yeah, 96 million. Is that Patrick Williams contract?
yeah. They could have kept Javonte Green.
Yeah.
I miss Javonte. Javonte Green could have been your power forward, and you could have let Patrick Williams go. Okay, so what? He shows that he's this great player in 2-3 years. Okay.
Like,
He didn't show it here.
Yeah.
Okay, they'll be thinking that people are going to think the same way with Lauri Markkanen. Lauri Markkanen showed a hell of a lot more before you decide to trade him than Patrick Williams has ever shown.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that one, yes, there should have been regret that you let him go. But Patrick Williams has had in his career, and I may be generous, 30 games, and it's not all on Patrick. He's just the first person I'm picking on tonight. There's plenty.
He's a good target. I like
that. He's had in his career maybe 20, 30 good games.
Yeah.
That you always think like, okay, maybe I see it. Like you see parts of what they're talking about, but the passion, does he not have the passion to play it all the time?
I think he is just too laid back and quiet.
Yeah, and
he's not a rough and tumble like guy that's going to go out there and take it to his opponent. He's going to fall back and wait and see if he happens to get the ball and shoots it and it goes in fine. He's not a guy that takes any shot with confidence.
And it's been his time for a while, but he could be your third, whatever, best shooter. He's a starter. You can get the ball. They used to set up plays for him. Like it's just, and yes, that Dalen Terry playing like a high school, he's just all over the place.
Yeah.
Aimlessly running around. And Julian, so now I'm going to move on to someone else. You mentioned Julian Phillips. I feel as though he's so athletic that he should be driving and dunking on people. I don't really need you to shoot threes. I don't. Occasionally, maybe you can luck into one. But I know it's a three. But if you can't shoot it, stop. Because you're not a good rebounding team. So you're not even going to get the rebound when you miss.
So we're looking at already after one game, the same exact damn problems that we had all of last year. Still can't shoot the three. And then they go out and get Josh Giddey, who can't shoot the three.
And can't defend.
Can't defend. I'm like, perfect. That's exactly what we need. Like, what?
I just, you could have kept Alex. And then you didn't even sign him, give him an extension. Right. So there's a possibility of losing him, just like there is a possibility of losing Alex Caruso if you kept him. So what's the difference? Alex Caruso got better with his shooting and plays defense, and he's kind of a heart and soul type of guy.
Yeah, brings energy, he's a playmaker. He makes, things happen.
Yeah. And it's the what they say the Bulls are trying to do is to kind of retool with young established players, like Josh Giddey and that Jalen or the Smith. Is it Jalen? I don't know why I can't remember. Okay, thank you. Jalen Smith, who he's fine. He's fine.
I played well.
Maybe he should play start instead of.
Thank you. Yes.
Maybe
put a real power forward in there.
Yeah.
He's not stretch three.
No. Yeah.
That's your power forward position.
And just let Patrick Williams come off the bench until maybe he'll find his way and he'll like the guy, one of our viewers said maybe he'll call for the ball. Maybe he'll feel more comfortable playing with the second string. Maybe he won't be intimidated by playing with Zach, Vooch, and Kobe. Even though they're all more than happy to let you shoot.
Yeah.
But if you're not going to do it and miss, then yeah, they're going to stop giving it to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And there are more shots to be taken with the loss of DeMar. You know,
and so I know they're not. I'm sure the front office is going to tell him, no, there's no way you can put Patrick Williams on the bench. He's going to lose his confidence. And I know Patrick Williams is only 23, but hasn't he been in the league forever?
This is his fourth year, isn't it?
And I know he was also injured, but he's been in the league long enough that he is who he is.
And he's been the same thing the whole time. Yes. What are we waiting on? Like what?
And it's like when you're ready to just really throw him away, then he'll have one of those really monster games. And then he disappears.
Out of 10.
Right. Then he disappears for the next 10. And then you're like, oh, maybe he should be benched. Maybe he should be part of a trade. And then, oh, here comes a monster game. And he's had chance after chance after chance to prove that he could be your number 2, 3. But Scoop Jackson says something very wise last year. He was never a star. So why they brought him here thinking he was going to be the man, he was never the man, the main man star.
Right.
And, you know, when the Bulls decided to draft him instead of Tyrese Halliburton, and then where you draft him, you put kind of some pressure that clearly he's not ready to handle.
Yeah.
And then you give him 90, what did he say? 96
million. And what?
And they're worried about Zach's money and Vooch's money.
Why on earth would they give him anything? Why would you sign him?
And they did it like it had to happen because, oh my God, we can't lose him. Why can't you?
Why can't you?
What has he shown? He is not the difference between winning. He's your difference in losing.
Yeah. He's not going to win anything for you. 6 points, 3 rebounds.
That's all
4 minutes.
And then if he's your power forward, how does he only have 3 rebounds? See, this is where all the excitement's going away in this one conversation because it is the same thing.
It's the same
team without DeMar and Caruso and Andre Drummond.
So it's the same team, just worse.
Well, okay, Jalen Smith is going to give you baskets. Oh, and then the rookie. You come in your stint and you throw up 2 3-point, like you're 7 feet or something, aren't you? His hairline been in the league. Chicago, does anyone do better braids? Can someone reach out to that? Now he was lined up. His beard did look nice. That looked nice. His braids just always look dry.
Look dry.
I just need some new juices and berries in those braids.
Oh man!
With the dry braids, yeah, it is like Eddie Robinson with that dry braids. Just get a little sheen, just a little sheen in there. But not. I won't just. So okay, I'll stop piling on Patrick Williams. The Bulls won't even win 33 games if they can't get, like you mentioned yesterday, last year's Kobe White.
10 points in 35 minutes is not going to cut it, Kobe.
No. That's coming off the bench, Kobe.
That's like 2 years ago, Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
That's not.
And that was always a concern. Yeah. That was my concern last year when he was being anointed the new face of the franchise. That's he and Ayo were the now Ayo's still decent for coming off the bench, but they anointed him face of the franchise. Game 1, night 1, face of the franchise to score more than 10.
Yeah. Pathetic. Shit's pathetic.
And Two of the guys that you want to get rid of the most showed up. One guy who's playing on a transplanted knee showed up.
Right, a cadaver knee of some sort.
He has pig tendons and dog
Right,
bones and
dead
all.
man's ACL and
He has Play-Doh in there. Anyway, he has a whole bunch of stuff in that knee, and he shows up.
A chicken wishbone or something. Very experimental, that knee is.
And then Zion Williamson, he wasn't even playing yesterday. And with Trey Murphy, I think he was out.
Yeah. So this wasn't even the full New Orleans
really
team. And they had no problem with New Orleans last year, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a New Orleans team that mostly didn't have Zion last year. So it's the same old.
And you said, what's your end game, Billy? Haven't we been wondering that since he's been the coach here?
Yeah. Well, at least at one point, I figured he was just trying to win games and get to the playoffs.
Okay.
Now, I don't know what the end game is.
I don't think he doesn't want to be a part of. I remember Scoop said he coaches better with less. But I don't think at this point in his career he really is into this rebuilding.
Yeah, I don't know how this is going to work out.
And I don't know if he's good with a whole bunch of veterans, but I don't think he wants to teach a whole bunch of kids.
And kids that aren't even that good.
No, exactly. There's not a team of young stars.
No, it's not a team of young stars. This is not, an OKC type of situation. This is a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. So he is towing that line of what management has said. Number one, we got to showcase Zach, Vooch, and Ball to see if someone will take them. Right. Those are your 3 trade chips. So we got to keep showcasing them because what does Zach have? 32 minutes?
Yeah.
Even when the game was kind of gone. So he still
37
minutes. That's a lot of minutes. But yeah, so he's probably been given instructions. Okay, showcase them. So he's like, well, if I'm going to play them, I'm going to play them. And then they're telling him, but make sure that you put in Julian Phillips because he had some flashes. And let's show the fans that we have a good young core. Well, you're lying. You don't.
Make sure you get Buzelis in for a few minutes.
Yes. And it was only a few minutes. And I'm like, did you tell him, hey, shoot some threes? He's athletic. I wanted him to go to a hole on somebody. Even
That's
if he
what he was doing in summer league. So
even and he looked so nervous compared to what he looked like in preseason when he got out there. He was so nervous.
Well, that'll happen. This is the show.
I know. It's like, ooh, you are really scared. He didn't know he didn't really know where to go.
Yeah, I mean, would you mind anybody leaving? I mean, it's kind of like they can all go. I mean, like, can we get a whole new team? All of them.
They all go, including the front office.
Especially the front office.
Because that's where bad starts.
Absolutely.
If they all go, are we still going to do this show? Oof. Because again, we'll be in the desperation that the front office shows with wanting to get rid of people. No one's going to offer you anything good because they know you want him to go.
Yeah. And then they're not going to take. Yeah, I mean, they'll
Zach's salary.
Out of their desperation, they'll get fleeced for.
Like what we're going to eventually find out with Josh Giddey.
Yeah.
And then they didn't even sign him. I thought one of the reasons why you did is because he's young, he's going to grow, and you're going to sign him for him to be one of your pieces. And can we stop getting guards?
An already guard heavy rotation. Let's pick up some more guards. I mean, who is running this shit? Like, look, I'm no expert, but I'm saying, like, I couldn't do worse than this.
No.
I would at least be like, well, we need rebounding, we need some size. I'm not looking for any more guards, undersized or otherwise, and any more guards who can't shoot.
You could halfway understand this guard heavy thing if they were shooters.
If you had some shooters. I mean, getting Josh Giddey was, I don't understand what the thought process was on that.
He has long arms.
He has long arms, and when he gets beat off the dribble, he's able to recover sometimes.
Yes, because of his long arms.
Because of his longness, but
but he doesn't shoot well.
He shoots terribly. Yes. I mean, even a child playing 2K would know to get some stars.
Right. They would know to at least get somebody who can shoot. Besides, I mean, and no one was, Vooch took 2, so at least he stopped taking all the threes. He was driving on people. Zach was doing well and then went on the threes. Kobe was awful on threes. Yeah. At one point they shot 31 and they only made 9. I don't know what they ended up with. And 5 of those, I believe at that time, were from Zach. And then 1 was Vooch. So some other people only made 3 at that time.
I'm trying to see.
We got to get our Deb out of Bullspit, who's going to throw up our stats for us.
7 turnovers.
Yeah. And most of his was getting stripped going down the lane. Like he would.
That's as he does. And
he said one of the things he's been working on was trying to have better handles going through the hole because people strip him. Hasn't worked yet. After game 1, it's still bad.
Like, how'd that off-season program go for you, Zach? The thing where you were trying not to get stripped going in the hole. I know you got 7 turnovers. Can you talk about that some?
And with Kobe, see, I told you I was going to spread around my picking on people. With Kobe, you're not the one who can keep driving and getting up in the air and throwing it to someone. He did that. He did that a lot last year. Like, as Stacey says, get caught in no man's land. Yep. Either shoot it and get fouled, or that's it.
Yeah. And what kind of offense are they running? It looks like they're just a bunch of guys playing pickup out there.
That's how it's always been. That's why I don't understand what the love of Billy Donovan. But there's never a plan. It doesn't look like it. They move the ball around in preseason. And that's another thing. In preseason, people were moving out the ball. So you were finding a cutter. And I don't know why nothing. And this happens every year. In preseason, they won't do well with that, Toussaint. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. They won't rebuild with draft picks. You know what they're going to get? They're going to get more Julian Phillips and Dalen Terrys of the world. They're going to miss out on a Tyrese Halliburton and get Patrick Williams
of the world. Because that's how they draft.
So that plan is great once you get a new front office.
Yes, I would agree with Toussaint is that really everybody kind of needs to go.
But I don't need this front office. So the first step is bye-bye AK and Eversley. Or whatever his name, Mark, whatever. Bye-bye them. And then bring in a new group to evaluate, decide what you want to do, decide what you could possibly get for people, then make the rebuild decision. Either rebuild, retool, restructure, but it has to be someone else. And if you decide to rebuild, that's fine, but they can't make the decisions because they've missed out on people even when they had like high, low draft picks or whatever. They still skip people. And I'm the guy, the guy that I don't know why I can ever pronounce his name. I'll get it right before the end of this season. He'll be fine. He will be fine.
Who?
Matas.
Oh, Buzelis.
Thank you, Buzelis. Yes,
Yeah.
I think he'll be fine. He talks a good game. But this isn't the group to even start the rebuild.
Yeah.
So as long as they're here, we just need these people to stay, and then when someone else comes in, then they can make the right moves. And the Bulls are just gonna trade people and get like 2032 picks.
Right. And then end up getting shit with those.
They're gonna be drafting Emilio Bucks.
I mean, hell.
Walker. Could you do much worse? You can miss the three with the best of them, can't you? I know I could.
Throw it up there.
I can miss all the threes you need.
I can catch and shoot. I won't make it. I'll miss it.
Hey, you'll fit.
I might not even catch it, but
that works too.
But that would be in the flow of this offense.
Missing, not catching,
and turning the ball over.
Now, one thing that at sometimes, yes, they are just.
Yes, Sean. Why do they pay Patrick?
That is one of the greatest mysteries.
That is one of the great mysteries of the world.
When they did it, we were all like, what?
And we knew they were going to do it too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Knew it.
And then, okay, when it is like trade Zach or whomever, and you've poisoned the waters on all these people. So why do you think you're getting ready to get a lot? If you want them gone so bad, you're just going to take a 2020. You might be able to get a 2027 pick. Conditional.
This all sounds terrible. All of these scenarios are awful. New GM and coach. I mean, Like how many rebuilds do you get?
You shouldn't get any more.
You should get one.
Because they came in with such promise, right? They Lonzo Ball, then DeMar DeRozan, and we all know that the Lonzo Ball injury did ruin everything. But if you're a true leader and GM, you start thinking. You don't wait 2-3 years for him to come back. And you never made any move to replace him. Not Goran Dragic replace him. I mean, replace him.
Really replace him.
With a point guard with a high IQ and ability. They never did that. When you knew that he wasn't coming back right away. When he didn't come back that first year, you're not thinking about going to get someone to replace him, because a floor general has been missing this whole when DeMar was here. And when it worked till January, when they were the best team in the East, right?
Yeah. Still very late on the defensive rotations yesterday. Yeah. Just the same shit.
Well, okay, they got rid of most of their defensive players. We had to know. I kept saying they're gonna, and then they didn't get shooters, because if you're not gonna have anyone who can, and if Zach wants to, he can play better defense. Like there were times he played good defense. There were times Vooch played. But as far as someone who's going to play hard all the time, like a Caruso, who that's all they really had last year, their defense has been bad for a couple of seasons. And so if you're going to get rid of your main defensive players, Drummond and you didn't re-sign Javonte Green, Alex Caruso, those are three. Let's give him max money. He's so nice.
He's a great kid.
What do you want, guy? Hey, fella. Hey,
Patrick.
little fella. You want 96, okay.
You got it.
He's my good guy. But if you were going to get rid of all that defense, you had to make sure you had offense, because now you have to be like the Indiana Pacers, who don't play good defense, but they can outscore you. But I guess the front office doesn't want to win, but I just can't imagine that Billy Donovan's like, I coached in college. I've already done all that teaching kids. But you did sign the secret extension. I just don't think he ever thought it was going to get like this, because he had trust in management.
He did.
That they would be proactive when they lost their glue, Lonzo Ball, to find some new glue.
And they weren't.
They brought in Javon Carter. And why is he still here?
Why is he still here?
Somebody had a bag of basketballs to trade you.
Another small guard.
Who seems like a nice fella.
It seems like a nice guy.
It's a team of nice guys.
And who's this other kid? He's from here, DJ.
Exactly. Right. Yep. See? Stewart.
Another kid.
I think DJ Stewart.
Yeah.
And then we're all excited because THT made the team. We got excited about a veteran making the team. And then I think, didn't he only get to play in trash time? Yeah, he played 7 minutes. 7 minutes and 31 seconds.
8 minutes, 0 points.
And then we got another, and then Torrey Craig and Javon Carter don't even get to play. Why are they here? Well, I know Torrey Craig took his option. Well, he's no fool. Who else was going to pay him $1 million? Millions, I mean.
Yeah, I have to just hold on to hope that this is going to get better. Like Billy's going to figure out his rotation. I don't know I still don't quite know what he's doing. Like you cannot win games by putting in just randomly throwing Julian Phillips in there, randomly throwing Buzelis in there, randomly throwing Dalen Terry in there, randomly throwing THT in there, Chris Duarte.
Yeah, he got a minute. Kobe only shot 30%. 0 for 5 from 3-pointers.
All back irons, bricks.
Not even that good in G League, Sean. Maybe we should bring up some G Leaguers. Do they have any tall G Leaguers? Yes, they do, Toussaint. And it's a shame he can only play 16 minutes. I need Billy to be a little bit more creative in that 16. Why can't he just start? Why can't part of his 16 be the start?
His first 4 minutes.
Yeah, or definitely he needs to start the first 4 minutes of the third quarter.
Yeah, coming out of that halftime. I mean, is there anybody worse at halftime adjustments than Billy Donovan?
I was just about to say, why are they notoriously bad the first 5 minutes of the third quarter?
Oh my God. It's like whatever's working in the first half, they say, okay, let's change it up. We're gonna surprise them.
Like, oh, Vooch, you got 25. You'll never see the ball.
All right, we're gonna go away from you now. Just trust me on this.
And the first 5 minutes, I know we went 0 for 30 the first half in threes, but I think we're going to turn it around in the third. Every shot has to be a 3.
Keep shooting them.
Right. Vooch, I know you got a 5-footer on your back right now, but we're just going to ignore you and keep shooting these 3. They ignored him again yesterday.
Even in the first half, they were like, I'm like, look, he's right there. He's mouse in the house.
So then he just started sealing people off. Like, all right, I guess I'll move him out your way then.
It's maddening.
Who's on the bench coaching? Like, do they not watch the full game? All I know is Lonzo's 16 minutes, the third quarter, he needs to start. I don't care whose feelings are hurt.
Yeah, I mean, they're all terrible. Nobody's feelings should be.
Should be hurt, right?
I
It's like
mean,
you're trashed right now. So we're gonna bring in a guy who has a high IQ and can get you guys together.
yeah, I mean, I feel like as long as that knee holds up, I've kind of look to see Ball starting sometime in the winter.
Well, especially if Kobe continues, I can't imagine he'll start shooting a little better. I can't imagine him staying at 30%.
And I'm not even for all of this. Josh Giddey like has to start. Like I'm not even like
Yeah. I think it should. Josh Giddey can come off the bench.
yeah.
He maybe like, and then okay, then you were saying about Billy trying to figure it out. Well, what the hell was the preseason, and what was your training camp? You didn't figure out who can play with whom, and I think it's time to, even if he doesn't start, I think it's time for us to see more instances of Vooch and Smith playing together.
I would like to see that. Just like I begged. I mean, he didn't hear me, I guess, but I begged Billy to play Drummond with Vooch last year, and when they finally did, there were good results. And this is just me coming up with this. So why can't he figure that out?
And well, and then if management's telling this is the same, isn't this the same management who's thought Markkanen and Vooch couldn't play together?
Yeah.
So you're missing out on that's another 3-point shooter. Like Billy wants to shoot more threes. Yeah, you just decided to get rid of all his 3-point shooters or his consistent. I don't know, but my third quarter, I think my starting lineup would be different coming out of the half. It would be Zach, Ball, Vooch, Smith, and Kobe.
Look at this shot chart. You can tell there's no DeMar DeRozan there anymore. Look at this mid-range area. Nothing.
Look at all those threes. And the blue are the makes.
Yeah. The lesser, obviously.
But look how well they did at the basket, kind of. All those whites were probably all those strips. If there's 7, those are probably all Zach.
7 of those dots are definitely Zach.
And I'm not gonna pick on him too much because besides that, which is crucial, I'm not gonna act like that wasn't important, all his turnovers. Besides that, he did play well. He came out fired up, excited, talking trash, getting himself involved, others involved. Like they came out with such good energy, and it's like
what happens at halftime?
Does he allow them to take naps?
Do you allow them to smoke weed at halftime? I was
just about to say, do they smoke a joint?
Right. Just mellow out a little bit, Zach.
I think maybe they need to slip them some uppers. Where are the greenies? They need some greenies like in baseball. Just a bowl of greenies, and because their energy level,
that third quarter energy, like
it's
man,
awful. It's awful.
She's reading them a bedtime story.
I can imagine Billy Donovan might be kind of boring.
Yeah, but damn, that's real boring.
So who is okay, Alex Caruso was it. Who is the get your hype, rah-rah? That can okay, so, and then it has to be someone who can play, like not Dalen Terry. Because they're gonna be like, if you don't sit your ass down. I mean, that's how
Yeah.
I would be looking like if you don't go
Yeah.
sit your ass down.
They don't really have an energy guy. I
Mm-mm.
mean, maybe Kobe, maybe not really, but
No. I mean, I know they said he became more of a vocal leader, but I don't need anyone giving instructions.
yeah, I'm not
I
talking about
need,
that. Yeah.
yeah, I need more like, I need more like Alex Caruso.
I need Alex Caruso back and DeMar DeRozan back.
But I need DeMar to not be king of the fourth DeMar. Unless needed. But I need DeMar, or maybe DeMar is just the fourth.
But he's gone.
Yeah.
DeMar saved him from a lot of defense. Yeah, I mean, he's been doing that for a
Yeah.
few years. He did that the last number of years. Yes.
He was their offensive savior. Now he was just as bad as the rest of them defensively.
Absolutely.
But yeah, he could, when you just had to have a stop because the way he plays, everything has to slow down.
Right.
And I think
which is what they weren't trying to do anymore.
Exactly. But if you're gonna be speed, then their speed needs to be driving to the basket, catch and shoot, driving to the basket, have someone at the line. The problem is they can't hit threes when they're open.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Drive to the basket, kick it out to who? I mean, Zach when he's hot.
And because then most of the people driving to the basket are going to be
Zach.
Right, are the 3-point shooters.
Zach and Kobe are the ones who drive to the basket, and they're the only 3-point shooters. Oh, we're fucked. We're trying to talk our way into some making sense of this, and it's
and then they play the Bucks tomorrow.
It's not working. And they got a back-to-back on top of it.
Yeah, and Lonzo's not playing tomorrow. He won't be playing. They saved him for the home opener.
Okay. Yeah, I can see him not playing.
Yeah, he doesn't need to play
especially back-to-back, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I'm just going to be honest. If you're thinking about still trading people, Zach wouldn't play a lot of, especially if the game is kind of a little early. Zach wouldn't play. Neither Zach or Vooch. Anyone that you're thinking about dangling for a trade, they wouldn't play a lot in a back-to-back. I would save them more for at home.
Yeah.
And I know, well, they're supposed to showcase them, but you don't want them in there for no time, and some of them are injury prone.
Zach.
Yeah. Yeah, because
some of them named Zach.
Vooch doesn't get hurt unless you knee him in the groin.
Right.
Like Max Strus did. That was the first because and then that was the same year that Patrick Williams. I know it's crooked commission. Or crooked commission. I'm sorry. We're talking like the season never ended. It's just
we're talking like this is like when this is February of 24. So
it's only been one game, and this is so doom and gloom. Well, you know why? Because okay. Didn't everyone get excited the first 2 quarters? Because like, oh wow,
right, they're moving the ball around. They're just up pace. This is what they said they wanted to do.
Yeah,
Zach
they're all engaged.
Okay.
Lonzo still knee intact. Vooch blocked the shot. Oh,
Lonzo still got the court vision.
Man, this is about to. And then it was like, is this the same damn team from last year?
And here we come. That dreaded halftime.
We need. Somebody needs to do an investigative report. Where are our investigative reporters in sports?
Bulls halftime. What goes on in that locker room?
Yes. I need some players going off the record or,
The problem is they keep inviting Diddy in during the halftime.
Well, it didn't take long for Diddy to come up in our show.
Hey, you got to do it. They're having freak offs in the locker room.
Oh my God. Well, they're all spent by the time they come
Coming out all oily and spent, drained, literally.
Oh, literally. I don't know what it is amazing. Like if we could ever get Kendall Gill or a former player on our show, I want to know what happened in their locker room halftime when they came out on fire. Like, what are the other teams doing halftime that the Bulls aren't? That the other teams can go on a 15-0 run.
Coming out
Out of
in the third.
halftime.
What teams do. They really kick us in the ass coming out of the halftime.
I don't
All the time.
understand. I don't understand. What is it? Like, what do they put up on their whiteboard? Like, this is what we need to do. Like, exact opposite. Is that what he puts on there? All right.
Opposite of what works.
All right, guys. Hey, Kobe, you did great. You're never going to shoot in the third quarter, okay? We're going to give you the ball when we're down by 25 in the fourth.
Right.
So you can try to bring us back. Let's get some excitement in here.
Let's make you the star here.
Right, yeah, we can get you on fire. I need someone to have the courage to say, hey guys, third quarter, I need a different energy. So I'm coming out with some different people. We have to change something because every game coming out of halftime, we screw up. I don't know which one of you starters is the root cause of this problem.
I'm looking at you, Pat Williams. But
I think if we make one tweak, two tweaks. Jalen, you're in. Pat, you sit down. Ball, you're in. Giddy, you sit down.
Right. Yes. Sit your ass down.
And let's see what we can do. Zach can be a small forward during this.
Sure.
Yeah. He can do that.
Ball, Kobe, Zach, Pat Williams.
No, Smith.
That's who it should be, but that's not who it's gonna be.
No, that's what I'm saying.
This is what I would like to see.
Yes, this is just your third quarter. I think there needs to be a change up. And you don't want to
start your same five.
Yes, like I think he should experiment with it and see if it works. No hard feelings, Giddy and Patrick, but it ain't working in the third quarter. You guys did great first quarter. Third quarter, I want some new energy. I want Ball because he only gets 16 minutes and he's played 7. And another thing, if we're doing well in the first quarter, I would cut Ball's minutes in the first. If he's played
balls. Sorry.
If he's played 4 minutes and they're up by double digits, getting ready to go into the half, he doesn't play anymore first half.
Right.
Now I'm saving 12 minutes. I'm gonna figure out how to put these in, even if it's short stints.
Be creative. Billy Donovan is not creative at all.
Not. Like, you got to think outside the box now.
Outside the paradigm, Billy.
Because it's not working. It hasn't worked for you for 2-3 years, Billy.
Working.
It's just try it. What do you have to lose? Your signs. You're good.
Your job.
It ain't happening. They're gonna give you another damn secret extension. You get extensions, they ain't want a damn thing.
I just realized now I know who Patrick Williams is. He's the Cowardly Lion.
So who's the wizard? We should dress you up like the wizard, E-Bucks. I'll be Dorothy. We can find a Tin Man. This character.
And Patrick Williams is the Cowardly Lion.
We need to bring him to you to find out.
Give him some courage.
Yes.
I heard you use that word a little while ago. You said courage, and I was like, yeah, somebody needs courage. I'm like, Pat Williams has no courage.
Yeah. Like,
that's the perfect thing to describe him is he's got a lack of courage. It seems like Like he plays scared.
He does. He does. You're not going to get pulled. You got signed.
You're going to get re-signed.
Yes. You made it, even though we talk about you. Pat, you made it to the league for a reason. Please, please, please show us that reason. We beg of you as fans. You're here 5 years. No matter if it's here or anywhere, you're still getting your 90 million. That's guaranteed. So what are you afraid of?
Zach is the 10 man.
Let's see. 10 man. He needs a heart. Well, he has a heart. Sometimes he needs a brain.
Yeah.
Well, and you know what? If there was a part in the Wizard of Oz to give you some hands, that's what Zach needs.
Zach needs some better hands.
Yes, Zach needs some strong hands. I don't know if he's always getting ready to shoot the ball. Like, I need the basketball minds to really study his drives. Why is it always so easy for them to strip him? Like he wants a foul and it's not coming anymore, Zach. So stop dropping the ball.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if he drops it because, like, oh, that's how I'm gonna get the foul. You're not. So hold on to it.
Yeah.
And shoot it. Let's see. Okay, so who else is in the Wizard? Who needs
Scarecrow needed a brain or a heart.
Yeah, so that's probably Dalen. I'm not saying he's not intelligent. I'm not saying he's not intelligent. But he's just all over the place when he's out there.
He needs a brain.
He does. So we got a heart, a brain. Wait, what was it? A heart, a brain. So okay, so who needs a heart? Now, who really needs, like, who doesn't play with Patrick
Williams
like
again?
Both.
Patrick Williams, he needs courage and heart. I mean, I guess they kind of run, together.
Yeah, he needs like a half-seas.
Yeah.
Hourly lion. Okay, no. We'll keep Patrick with the courage. Billy Donovan needs a heart.
Yeah, okay. Or does Billy Donovan need a brain?
Brain. Oh, yes, he does.
Billy Donovan is the idiot here.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yes. Or is it Mark and AK?
Yeah,
I mean, they like need a package deal.
Yeah, they all are in it together. Like,
yeah, who on the team would need a heart? I mean, it is Patrick. Patrick really is all of them. He's just the Wizard of Oz.
And a well-paid. And
a lovely man. A kind soul.
Who knows? He might not be.
Yeah, he might. I mean, okay, well, the team likes him, but maybe that's another problem. Not saying that you need someone to be a cancer, but for years, like even when they had Andre Drummond, he has the look of being like the enforcer, but he's not.
No, he was a big teddy bear.
He was. Because even when like Grayson Allen and others would injure Bulls, okay,
nobody
you got one
stepped
time
up and muscled up.
Yeah, where Vooch did something, but then he's so nice. He's like, sorry, I didn't mean it. It's okay if you meant it. He broke somebody's hand on your team. It is okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who needs a brain though too is Torrey Craig. Remember the infamous dunk last year?
Oh yeah. Yes, I do.
One of the greatest moments in the Bulls season last year. It summed up Chicago Bulls basketball. Nobody knows what anyone's doing.
And I can't believe we have this much to talk about after one game because it's so much negative that I saw and so much of the same old shit that we.
Adam Amin talked about that if they would have won yesterday, that was going to be the first time they were over 500 in like a very, very.
It's like 22, sometime in 22.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. And over 500 would have been 1-0.
We're right. Okay, what they can't do, because then everyone's getting fired. They can't start off the season this year like they did last year. I know they're missing key pieces, but no, they can't.
They can.
I mean, okay, they can.
And they may.
They're probably at least going to be 0-2.
At least. Who do they have at home? Oh, they got Oklahoma. OKC, right?
Mm-hmm. Alex Cruz is going to shut down everybody.
As he should.
And then he's going to hurt himself, as he does.
As he does.
Oi. 0-3.
0-3.
When do they play the Wizards or something?
Let's see. They owned the Wizards last year. That is true.
Yeah, that's why I need them to play the Wizards.
So let's taking a look at the season here. Let me pull this up.
See when they can get their first win.
Let's see. So big L's on Wednesday. They got Milwaukee, big L. OKC, another L. Memphis.
They might be able to beat Memphis.
Maybe able to beat Memphis.
I mean, they have Ja Morant and what's the other guy?
Can't remember his name.
Yeah, that defensive guy.
Jaren
Jackson, or
I have to get reacquainted with everyone.
Yeah, something like I haven't paid much attention. And then who do they play after that? I'm
sorry. Orlando, that's an L.
That's an L. And Brooklyn,
they can beat Brooklyn,
maybe.
Beat Brooklyn. Utah, maybe they can beat Utah.
Yeah.
Dallas, probably not. Definitely not beating Dallas.
No.
Minnesota, nah.
They don't look as unstoppable as people thought they were going to be. Minnesota,
yeah. I don't know who won that trade or if anybody won it.
Yeah.
But, and it's still early, but I don't know.
I think Tibbs is going to be very disappointed in Karl Anthony Towns.
I do too, because he doesn't strike me as a hard worker.
Nope. But we'll see. I mean, didn't he not even really play? Wasn't he on the bench during important times of the playoffs last year? I'm pretty sure I remember Karl Anthony Towns being on the bench at the end of games when they needed to win.
Yeah.
Because he is, for a big guy, he's probably even more of a defensive liability than Vooch. Now, maybe data analytics will say something different, but by the eyeball most of the time, he's tall, so maybe his big body gets in the way, but he doesn't even try to put his body in the way most times.
No. He's just he's a typical big man of today's game. Big man that plays very small.
No.
You know, a big man that plays like a 3.
Plays like one of the Bulls' 6'5" guards.
Or like that.
6'5", 6'5", 6'5".
Yep. That's how they like him.
6'8", no.
Oh, so what did you think of the Chicago Sports Network presentation? Kind of a shitty looking set that Golf and Kendall were sitting at. I'm like, wow, they need to up their furniture game a little bit or something.
I did watch it on an antenna. I just wanted to see, and it came through.
Came through good.
In fact, I'm watching on an antenna.
How else should you be watching the Bulls?
But I know during the preseason, people were having problems, like the church service would still be on.
Oh, really?
Yes. So it did work, but yeah, it looks pretty. But you know, I feel the same way about Marquee. It's something about these teams getting their own network. They don't really put the money in for production to me.
Yeah.
Because to me, NBC Sport, that wasn't great production either. Like their
No.
graphics sometimes look bad. Like,
Yeah.
what are you spending your money on?
Yeah.
It doesn't look high tech. Yeah, and it did. That did look like
looked like an IKEA desk that they just
Yeah.
put together right before the broadcast.
I was about to say it looks like broadcasting students when you're in your
right.
your classroom.
Like it's like just a play set.
Yes, that's what it looked like. Like they were at the broadcast school. Hey, can we use your set?
Well, where else do the Bulls and the White Sox belong besides some bootleg ass station?
Everything's so thrown together, including the teams.
Including the teams. Well, before we go, we could pivot to a couple other things real quick.
Okay.
Yes, Crooked Commish. Let's get some Bear thoughts going on. The Bears coming off their bye weekend at 4-2. Shit's about to get gritty. Schedule's about to get a little bit tougher, but we knew that was what was going to happen, and it's time to see how we look against the big dogs. And
they definitely did what they were supposed to do against that schedule.
Absolutely. And all things considered, they should have been 5-1 if they had their little talk with Shane Waldron maybe a week earlier.
True.
It could be 5-1 because they should have won that Indianapolis game. But I digress.
Yeah. And they're going to catch a break because they say they're going to try to let Jaden Daniels practice tomorrow.
So we'll see. I want the win, and we got a better shot at a win without him playing. We got a better shot going up against Mariota. I don't care what he did last week against the
right. Yeah, I'll take going against him than the phenom Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. But I kind of do want to see Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, because
I want to see how our defense matches up against a formidable opponent with a good offensive line, and let's see what we can do. But we'll have plenty of chances because the schedule's not getting any easier.
So let's see.
So who are you picking?
Oh, to win?
Yeah.
Bears.
Going with the Bears.
Yeah. I think they're going to win. I think they're going to win.
With or without Jaden Daniel?
Oh, yeah. I'm like you. I mean, let's see. They're good quarterbacks that they've played so far has been CJ Stroud, Matt Stafford.
Right. Who's winning tonight against a very good Minnesota team. Minnesota, I think they're pretenders.
That's who they're playing tonight.
That's who Matt Stafford's playing tonight. Yeah.
Minnesota.
Yeah. And it looks like they may be about to win.
I think the Sam Darnold magic's going to wear off.
Absolutely.
So if I'm them, I'm looking to see who might be available. Who's more important to get back? Gordon or Brisker?
Who's got a better backup playing right now? Who's the kid Elijah? What's his name? Backing up. He's backing up Gordon, isn't he?
I think so. Let me see. I know last year we really missed Gordon when he was out, because they didn't have a good backup for him.
Right.
I don't know. You see Gordon flying around more. That doesn't always mean anything. I'm going to go with Brisker.
Elijah Hicks is who I was thinking of, who played well, and
Yeah.
I believe it was Gordon's absence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'd like to.
Cause see, let's see your safety. So okay, your cornerbacks are Blackwell, Gordon, Johnson, Jalen Jones, Terrell Smith, and Tyreek Stevenson. Your safeties are Brisker, Bayard, how do you say his name? Hicks, and Jonathan Owens. Well, there's a better cornerback room, so Brisker.
Okay.
I think the cornerbacks are better than all
The
of the
safety
safeties.
room.
Yeah. So Brisker. Yeah,
Right.
Brisker.
I think it depends on what quarterback they're lining up against. I'm gonna say Gordon is more important if Jayden Daniels plays. If Jayden doesn't play, I'm gonna expect them to probably, not air it out as much, and you're not gonna have the same dynamic throws with Mariota as you would with Jayden. So I would say Brisker is a more important piece against Mariota, and Gordon more important piece against Jayden Daniels. Just my thoughts. But
Yeah, and both of them missed practice Wednesday.
yeah.
I mean, they'll still be okay, but as we're saying, as the competition gets tougher, you're gonna be missing them. Because then we play the Cardinals next. I don't know, how have they been doing? The Cardinals. They won, lost. I don't know. I still don't trust Murray that much. I don't know.
No, I don't either.
I think they can. Yeah, I think they'll be fine against the Cardinals. And then after that, then that's when we start getting into the NFC North with the tough stuff. But you know what? What's been positive is that Caleb Williams has definitely improved. DeAndre Swift has definitely improved. I heard that
the offensive line has definitely improved.
Yes, they improved. I hear some teams are interested in Nate Davis and Khalil Herbert. Have at it.
Especially one Mr. Nate Davis.
So they have, and then there was the story that Ryan Poles did call the Browns about Myles Garrett.
I have heard that story, and I love it. I would expect Poles to make a move before it's all said and done. He's got a number of seconds he could probably, entice someone with.
I need them. Even though the line has improved, I still need more.
I need more pressure from that defensive line for sure.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? Are you talking about?
Even though the offensive line improved those last games, I still need more.
Absolutely. It's still a work in progress.
Yes. Yeah. They are gonna have to overpay for a good lineman this offseason.
Yeah. Come on.
They're gonna have to. I mean, let's just be honest. It's overpaid. They got paid too much. Everyone gets paid too much for sports.
Everybody is overpaid. Deal with it.
And if you want to get proven talent, you have to overpay.
Yeah.
When you're cheap, you're Chicago teams. Let's try not to be a Chicago team.
Try not to Chicago it up there. All right, Bears?
You have plenty of money. And
Try
you
not to,
never, ever, ever, ever spend good money on your offensive line. The
try not
Chicago
to
Bears
judge.
drive Olin Kreutz crazy.
Yeah, understandably. And Craig.
Yes. Yes, because they never spent. So my prediction is the Bears will win this week. I think maybe Caleb will have 2 touchdowns, but there will be a running touchdown. And I think Marcus Mariota throws it to the Bears at least once.
Yeah, absolutely.
If he's the one who's playing.
If Marcus plays, he's going to give it to us at least once.
Mm-hmm. I think if it's Jaden Daniels, you make sure you bring some pressure. Make him uncomfortable.
And I'm going to say I have some confidence in Eberflus that he'll be able to dial up some good pressures. The Bears are not a big blitzing team, but
a few times you need to make somebody uncomfortable.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got a rookie quarterback, a dynamic rookie quarterback, but a rookie nonetheless. And you got to put some pressure, put some heat on him, and knock him on his ass a little bit.
Yeah. What's your prediction?
Because realistically, Washington hasn't beaten anyone either. You know what I mean? They say the Bears haven't beaten anyone either. As Washington, really. So this will be a good test for both teams, I think.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick the Bears. I'm going to pick the Bears 34-20.
Okay.
A strong showing by the Bears. I'm looking forward to.
All right.
I'm kind of pissed that they're on CBS, but I'll do it.
You don't like the announcers?
I don't like anything CBS. It's a second-rate network. I always felt like since I was a kid, never liked CBS.
Jalen Johnson, we'll see how often they throw to Terry McLaurin.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. The Sox and the Cubs still suck. Nothing's happened there. Cody Bellinger is talking about exploring free agency. Big deal.
He'll be back.
He'll be back. And that's all we got. And
the Cubs aren't going to do anything.
Nope. And we know the Sox aren't going to do anything. Besides, hopefully get sold, but they'll screw that up somehow.
Oh, yeah, because he's exploring, right? Exploring selling, right?
Yeah, so he says.
But who said this? Someone said he did that once before. He tried this tactic before.
It's probably a tactic to get a stadium.
Yeah, that's what it was like, and I think it did get them something.
Yeah, I think it got them he threatened moving the team. I don't know if you remember when this is when they were in Old Comiskey. He was going to move them to Sarasota. And it was going to be the Sarasota White Sox.
That's right.
Until they built, what was New Comiskey, then eventually U.S. Cellular, and now Guaranteed Rate.
Juan Soto is going to get $500 million. Who's going to sign him?
Cubbies. Cubbies are going to sign Juan Soto and Pete Alonso. Putting it out there for you.
No. The Cubs names are going to be attached to everyone.
They're going to sign him. They're going to sign one of them.
$500 million, and they wouldn't give Blake Snell $20 million.
I don't know.
They'll be attached. Oh, Cubs looking at Juan. Cubs looking at Pete.
I think they're going to make a big splash. They're going to get a big name.
Okay.
I mean, they have to. They have to.
Yeah, I mean, I know they do. They can't do what they did this year.
No.
And the Sox, they can't throw out trash. They have to throw out some promising young people next year.
They don't have any.
And they don't have anything to trade to get anybody. Unless they trade Luis Robert, but then he wasn't even that good.
He wasn't shit last year, so.
And Gary Crochet is going to tell you he's not going to pitch.
Yeah. All right. The hell with them.
So go Bears, Bulls tomorrow. I predict they win one of their back-to-back games, the Bulls.
Okay. All right.
They will not go 0-3.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, Stacy. You believe in Bulls the way he believes in Patrick Williams.
Patrick Williams and Dalen Terry.
Yeah. Goofball. Well, Kristen, it's about that time. It's been groovy. It's been a good first show. We had a lot to talk about somehow with only one game. We ascertained quite a bit in that one showing last night, but I think we were on the money with what we were saying, though. I mean, basically, we just repeated everything we said last Bull Spit.
We have a script.
We got a script written.
We'll throw in a new cliffhanger or a new twist next week.
Sure, something will happen. They'll screw something up, or somebody will get hurt. So
Patrick Williams is going to have a monster game on Saturday.
The Cowardly Lion?
Yes. And then Stacey King is going to tell us that's because it's his time to shine. But then by the time we get back on the show, he's going to be trash again.
Oh, he'll have trashed it up like 2-3 games by the time next Thursday.
One of these, I said Saturday, one of these upcoming games, he's going to have a monster game.
Okay.
10 points.
10 points. 4 rebounds.
3 missed dunks.
10 and 4.
Don't forget 3 missed dunks.
And 3 missed dunks. That's a stat for him.
They're going to look great, and then he's going to miss.
God. Well, here we go.
Note,
thank you all for joining us tonight, and we will catch you next week. Peace. Oh, where's this? Here we go.
This has been a Chicago Clubhouse Network production.